This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science, a triumph. Making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because this was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
Yay!
Yay! We're live.
We're live.
Yeah, there were some technical difficulties there at the beginning. Sorry, folks. Yeah. The something's up with the
Amazing what
soundboard
one
and-
button can do.
Yeah, a button that you didn't know could do something. No big deal. So what's up, man? It's been a couple weeks.
It has been a couple weeks.
It's been like three-ish.
three.
weeks.
Yeah, we've been gone for 3. Back
Yeah,
on the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing?
I had to go to Ohio.
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 What the hell's in Ohio?
Fucking shitty ass goddamn state. I hate you, Ohio. My job, we work with cold forming machines, and the company that makes our machines is in this little shitty town called Tiffin with 2 colleges and a strip club.
Nice.
I was sick the day we went to the strip club.
What? How can you be sick during the strip club day?
I don't know if I got food poisoning or 24-hour flu or what, but I was fucking. I slept. I was like, I'm going back to my room and
I'm
sleeping.
going to bed.
You can call me when you go out. If I'm better, I'll go. If I'm not, I'm sleeping. And I ended up sleeping.
Nice.
So, but I kicked it. In that day, so I was able to go to work the next day technically. But yeah, we had to go there for some training. It was all right. We got paid for it, which is sweet. So, kind of a paid vacation.
Yeah, I mean, they can't go wrong with
So.
going out of town but still getting paid to work.
Right.
That's almost like getting paid to go poop.
Right.
I mean, not quite as good as going paid to get poop. I think that's probably the best way to get paid.
Right.
Is on the pot. But
Yeah. So, yeah, I did that. So that's why I was gone. Week before last. Week before that was my birthday and my daughter's eye appointment in Spokane.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we turned that into a trip, and then last week we just didn't really have anything.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck it.
Dude, wow. I mean, with my job, like I get off at 6. Like we close at 6, so
Right.
sometimes I don't even get out of there until like 6:30.
Right.
And it was a really busy day into the month, like trying to meet quotas and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. So I felt like I couldn't like do show stuff at work,
Sure.
Although I did today. Man, it wasn't too busy this morning. I got everything else done, so it's not like it's that much effort to just find news. Really, it's just sitting down for, a good.
Finding quality news is kind of a...
Well, I mean, you just go to one website, look a little bit, see if you find
Right.
something.
See
and
if something jumps out
yeah.
at you, or like, nah.
But yeah.
There's a little bit to talk about.
No, yeah,
We'll
I mean,
get there. We'll get there.
Actually, I think they announced some of the stuff they announced like the day after we were in the show last week. So
Right.
some,
Which they weren't supposed to.
no, it got leaked.
Yeah, it got leaked.
So,
But
whatever.
we'll talk about that in depth.
So I finally had some time to actually play some games.
Nice.
Internet's been a little bit better. I'm not sure if they've really resolved the issues in my area, but it's been good enough to where I can at least use the internet in peak time. So between when everyone gets off work and goes to bed. But I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone. This was the first, I should say, season, I guess.
Right, because it's out of beta now.
Yeah,
right?
it's out of beta now. So this was the first out of beta rank season, and I didn't play that much. I got enough to get to like rank. I think I was ranked like 15 or something like that, which I normally around like 12 or 13 is usually where I get to. Out of 20, there's like 25 ranks, I think. The first 5, you like if you lose, you can't go down.
Right.
You don't lose a star. And the closer you get to like legendary, which is top 100 basically.
Right.
Like you're more and more wins to the next step. But
Do your ranks start off at do you start off at 30 or do you start off at 1 and you climb?
No, you start out at 25.
25.
And then you climb down to basically, I'm not sure how they break up the percentages of people who like, how many people are this rank and that rank, because it's not really separated like that. It's just based on your wins. So you could have a bunch of people, between 13 and 15, and but I'm not sure where the breakdown is.
Right.
But as soon as you get down to, I'm not sure where it starts. I think it's just rank 1. Once you get down to there, it gets to like you get a number.
Oh.
And that's like
wow.
Like I'm not sure if that corresponds with your top 100, but like it's basically, and it gets progressively hard. Like you're going from 100 to 1 basically, and you're not going. You're only getting a couple spots each time you win or lose. So
wow.
But I didn't realize they were going to do backs. Basically, like the card backs, they depending on where you were ranked at the end of the season, you get a different card back.
Oh.
And everyone else, and you can see the card because all you really see is you see the deck, and then you see the cards that are faced out, and then obviously the backs in your hand. So that's pretty cool. Of course, when you see someone that's got a much better back than you, you're like, oh, you're probably pretty good.
Right. I'm gonna get stomped.
Yeah. Or when you see someone choosing the stock one, you're like, either you haven't figured out how to change it yet, or you just started playing.
Yeah.
And then I also I had signed up for a beta called WildStar. It's an MMO, and I didn't even realize I'd gotten accepted to it.
No.
And so I played that, not this weekend, but the weekend before, and I played it for maybe about 2 or 3 hours, and it was actually pretty fun. You're kind of in a futuristic, you're using guns and stuff for like some of your abilities.
Shooter? Is it it's an MMO.
It's
you
MMO,
said that.
but like the way the skills work, and I mean it felt pretty good. It almost felt a little bit like I was. Sometimes when I play other MMOs and then I compare them to WoW, it wasn't necessarily the best MMO ever, but it was the best flowing MMO I felt like, and I don't know, just the way your character moved and how the abilities did and how the servers, they were smooth, just as smooth. And this game felt probably kind of the closest I've felt in a game to the smoothness of like a Blizzard game would be.
Right.
So, and it was fun. The questing was fun. And I haven't played MMO in a long time because I kind of swore them off, and I only played it because it was the beta,
Right.
and I just wanted to see what it was like. But it was fun, and I mean, I might check it out depending on how much it actually costs when the game's released.
Sure.
But they've been doing them on the weekends, and I might play it again next weekend just to, dive into a little more. But the characters were fun, and I don't know, it's a good game. I think it would be one I would maybe be able to play casually because it's not in the in the Blizzard universe.
Right.
What about you?
I've been playing a lot of Rayman Legends.
Nice.
I picked that up for the Xbox One on my birthday up in Spokane.
And you'd never played it before, right?
No, I hadn't. I played the demo, and the demo was like 3 levels.
Yeah,
and one of them
really short.
Right, and one of them was the Black Betty level. The musical.
The music
level.
one, yeah, the first music one.
Right. And so I kind of started picking at it and playing it here and there, and then I started figuring out that basically every chapter I finish, I get a music level, which are the fun ones.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
as you
fun.
progress, they also become frustrating.
Well, they become frustrating, especially if you're trying to get everything.
Right.
I gotta get every single.
Right. You got to get every single lumen, and get all your little king and queen guys. I forget what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
But I guess technically I finished the main story.
Okay.
So now I have origin paintings to go in, and some of the extra little side paintings that pop up as you progress.
You go through.
But I really liked after you get I think it's like 400 of those little guys you're supposed to save. You unlock kind of the bonus level, which is all the music levels redone in 8-bit format.
Oh, nice.
It's
I
8-bit
hadn't heard
music.
about that.
Yeah, it's 8-bit music, and then the graphics are some
pixelated.
version of the 8-bit era. So, like the first one, your screen is all curved as if you're playing on an old tube TV. So you're kind of like running off to the side, and then another one, it'll kind of bounce back and forth between that tube-shaped TV, and then like every time you jump, it'll turn all fuzzy and gray, like your system's wearing out.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. The last one is kind of a mix of everything. So, like you start off and everything's all 8-bit, you're all pixelated, and you'll jump or something, and the screen will fucking rotate. It'll flip on you, so then you're running on the ceiling. And then you jump again, and it'll flip back, and then it'll go to 4 screens, and then it'll go to like 12 screens, and then it'll go to like 36 screens. So you're like looking in the corner,
Like,
and you
what is
can't
going
fucking see
on?
anything. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's something that I can just kind of sit back and pick at when I don't really have to. I don't have to scoot up close, and I don't have to put my headset on.
You don't have to be super serious about
right.
it.
I don't have to be super serious about it. And for some reason, the last 3 or 4 weeks, I just haven't been in the mood for something super serious. I haven't played any multiplayer. I haven't played Call of Duty. I haven't played Titanfall. I also picked up Trials Fusion when it came out. That's the stunt bike levels. You got to get through. It's I guess technically it's kind of a platformer side scroller.
Okay.
On a motorbike,
Okay.
and you got to do jumps and tricks, and you got to get from A to B essentially. It's a pretty popular series. It's actually a really popular series. I'm kind of surprised you haven't heard
I'm sure
of it.
if I've seen it, maybe if I just looked it up, maybe.
I played some of that. It was pretty good. It's not really my type of thing. It's one of those where I get too frustrated to really get addicted to it. I don't get to that point where I'm like, oh my god, I have to pass this level. I'll get frustrated enough with it that I turn it off. But and I played a little bit of Killer Instinct when Full Gore got released. I wanted to play with him a little bit, and
It's not. Oh, okay, so it looks good though. It's just a side scroller.
yeah, it's
a really nice
a
picture. Thank
platformer.
you.
It's a platformer side scroller.
But it's done in a newer engine.
Right, it is done on a newer engine.
Yeah, because it actually looks pretty decent.
It does look really, really good. It plays really well, and it's a lot of fun. It's just
I can remember what the keybind was. I finally have it set up for screen capture. And I
Oh,
was
do
like,
you?
wait, which one are we?
yeah. So
Nice. And then Killer Instincts.
yeah, I played with Full Gore a little bit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because
Um,
that came out.
That came out literally like our last show,
That's
I
right,
went
that's right,
home and
and
he was available
You're
by the time I got home.
Sweet. And
He was all right. He's all right. He takes some getting used to. He's got some really long. You can pull off some really long combos with him.
Oh, he did in
But
the
for
original too.
some reason, the way they have his control set up, it's really easy to do something you didn't mean to do, which is really frustrating when you're trying to do something you mean to do and
Yeah,
it
of
throws
course.
you off. You know, like you
Like I didn't
mean
that
to do
move
is,
at
you
all.
know, slide punch attack and you end up teleporting and it just throws off your whole fucking combo because they're all like it's all some version of down toward or down back. And it's just either punch or kick, and so it's kind of rough. And basically his super meter doesn't charge like everybody else's does. Everybody else's super meter charges when they land a hit or take a hit, and his you have to actively charge it. Like you have to step back, take time to charge your meter. Like it's actually a button press.
That's weird.
It is weird, but
especially if someone knows that that's how the function
well,
works.
it's
really
kind of,
aggressive.
you know, you get those guys that, you know, you get the turtles that stand back in the corner and just duck or something. They're not going to do anything until you move in. You know, you can just sit back and charge your meter and you can lay attacks out on them. So
No, I just meant like
It's
if you were
helpful.
playing more serious and like somebody knows that the only way for you to do it is to actually kind of be by yourself for a second. I mean,
Right.
or can you hit the button while you're just jumping around? And you have to like be stationary and just be like standing somewhere.
no, you have to be stationary. Yeah, it stops your movement. So it stops your movement, opens you wide up to attacks. But if your opponent's taking a breather or you're taking a breather and you've got some screen space, you can probably fill up a quarter of your meter in a quick shot. So it's not horribly bad. It fills up fast enough that you can take the risk if you've got the time or the distance. If somebody's closing the gap, you don't want to. But
Yeah, I wonder if there's.
and he's kind of slow because he's so big and bulky. But
yeah,
that's what you expect. But
Yeah.
it was fun.
that's a little weird though. I just it's funny when they change one aspect of the game for one character.
Right.
Now, if everybody had different ways to charge, or they would charge, you know, like this character charges faster when attacking and slower when when getting
Right.
hit or that kind of stuff, then that would at least make sense. But
Right.
it seems like a really weird change. I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of that, but
Yeah, it's. In certain aspects, it is kind of super frustrating because if you want to lengthen out your combos, you have to be able to pull off shadow moves, and you can't pull off shadow moves without your charge meter. I forget. They have two charge meters. One you get only when you get one fills up only when you're being hit, and the other one fills up as you make attacks.
and when you do like the charges, it charge both at the same time.
No, it charges the one that you get for making attacks. So you could be laying into somebody and your meter's not filling up at all. You have to take the time to charge it. But if you want to lengthen your combos, you have to have some charge in that meter to pull off your shadow moves. But
Well, I mean, I guess depending on how much longer
it
the
was
combos
probably
can be
it was
because
probably
of
a good
charge.
choice to balance the character.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess that does make it a little bit more sense now that you've explained. I mean, that I understand a little bit how the character works. Basically, you have to. He has longer combos than anyone else in the game, but you have to have a charge meter in order to pull them off.
Most of them, yeah. I mean, in practice, I think I pulled a combo that took like 86% health, and I've only been able to get up to like 54 with the other characters.
Oh, okay.
So, but you have to have that meter charged because you've got your combo meter, and you can stall your combo meter by pulling a shadow move, which will give you another 5 to 10 hits. So you can take, what would normally be like a 15 hit combo, and if you've got a full meter, a full meter will give you 2 shadow moves. So you can turn that 15 hit combo into a 30, 35 hit combo and increase your damage by a good 30%.
Well,
So-
yeah, that's. I mean, that at least makes more sense now. That.
Yeah, it was probably a way to balance the character,
Yeah.
but
It sucks that they only did that special of a type of thing for one character. It would have been nice to maybe have a little bit, I don't know, more mechanics like that. I feel like for the rest of them, 'cause it's not like there's 30 characters in the game.
You're right.
There's only
eight.
8. You're not telling me they couldn't have at least done a little bit more cool stuff like that for other characters.
Everybody's got something. I'm
sure they have a unique ability. I just mean for the charge meter.
Right.
That mechanic itself. It
Yeah.
just seems strange that they only did it for one character. I understand why they did it, but now that you've explained a little more, but
Right.
obviously I haven't played it because I don't have a
One.
Xbox and I can only play it on that platform. But yeah,
So on to the news.
yeah. Although I didn't actually change. Oh well. We'll just
We'll just go general news.
We'll just go general news.
General news. They announced a release date for Madden 15.
Yay. Oh wait, you should be doing that because I don't give a shit.
I'm even wearing my EA Madden shirt today.
Are you sure
that
that's
I got
not?
in Utah?
Are you sure that's not a
He's a football player.
Tecmo Super Bowl shirt?
It's EA Sports. I bought it at an EA Sports store
There's an actual store called EA Sports
in
Store?
the Salt Lake City airport. There is an EA Sports store.
That seems like a weirder place for it to be than I think.
Right.
Maybe
I thought it was strange too.
Maybe they have some connections to Salt Lake City that I don't realize.
I walked past it and I was like, I have to go in there and I have to buy something.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, you almost have to. That's funny.
But
So it's going to be, what is it, August 26th
yeah, it's
in America?
it always comes out. It always coincides with opening season or
Yeah, with the beginning of the
with
season.
the beginning of the season.
Although they still haven't announced the who's going to be on the cover yet, right?
No, they haven't announced the cover athlete.
They haven't doomed that one athlete yet.
Right, and I think
Or football
the
player.
curse was broke a year or two ago. So
No, yeah. It's a stupid curse anyways.
Right.
It doesn't, I mean, football players get hurt all the time.
Right.
So, I mean, the chances of someone getting hurt that's on the cover that gets a lot of playing time.
Right.
I'm not sure what the percentage chance is, but it's probably decently high.
right.
Let's see,
We
that's-
haven't seen any.
Is there any footage?
We haven't seen any footage. The announcement video was a strong teaser, and it took the real life athlete, and as the camera pans, he transitioned into the game athlete, and the difference was so subtle that like if you
almost
blinked, you
couldn't
probably
tell.
couldn't even hardly tell. Some of the once he transitioned from human into animation, I guess I'll say, he some of the lines were smoother. So and that's what they were pushing, the realism, because now games are being built for next gen first.
Oh, yeah. And
rather than this. I mean, the
360.
generation of next gen titles we have now were built for last gen and essentially ported to next gen, because
most of them, yeah.
they were halfway through development cycles when they
they're probably just like, oh, you're
got a hold of the
I
hardware.
can use a little bit more polygons? Okay.
Right.
And then they just degraded a little bit for
Right.
the 360.
Right. So.
And not as much for the PS3.
Yeah.
So are you excited?
Are
you gonna get it?
God, I always get it, and I always get pissed, and I always sell it, and then I always get it again. I got into Madden because my best friend played Madden. He's a big football guy, and so I'd always pick it up, and he could kick my ass online every time, and then I actually finally started getting into the sport of football and understanding it more, and then I'd perform better in the game, and then I could give him a run for his money, but he'd still beat my ass all the time. And now he doesn't play as much, and I buy it every year, and then I get to kick his ass for a little while. But it's one of those games that the way people play it pisses me off, and it loses its enjoyment for me. Like, there should be code written in there that if you're up by so many points, you cannot do an onside kick, Just shit like that. I mean, there should be little rules in the game that just don't let you do shit if you're...
especially since in real life, no one does that.
Right.
It should almost be like real, like, to make it a real simulation, which they try to do as much as they can, right?
Right.
You'd think that they would integrate some sort of unwritten rule type thing to where you can't BM someone so bad because you're a douche.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
like in most games, I guess, running up to score or whatever. But
it's probably 50-50 the amount of people I play that play properly or that are complete douches. But
you lose.
I mean, if I'm yeah, I know I hit it first. If I'm scoring touchdowns on a guy left and right, I'm happy, but I kind of feel bad for the guy too. But I'm not gonna quit playing the way I play. I'll play a little bit. I'll play a little bit more conservatively, but it's not like I'm gonna have this 80-yard open run that I'm just gonna run out of bounds at 20 yards. I mean, I'm gonna score the touchdown, but I'm not gonna go for the 2-point conversion, and I'm not gonna do the onside kick, and
I'm not gonna go out of your way to be.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to be a douche.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna. I'm like I said, I'll ease up a little bit and run some other plays. Just try not to get intercepted. I run the ball a lot just because I get intercepted all the goddamn time.
Well, I mean, like that's how it is in real life.
Right.
You're up, but you start running, wasting the clock.
If you're up, you run, you wind down the clock, and that's how I play. I like closer scoring games. That's the way it should be. Anyways, so yeah, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get lots of stuff at E3 about Madden and what they're doing with it, and we'll see if I get excited then. But I'm pretty sure I'll probably end up buying it.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna watch anything about E3?
Oh, I'll watch as much of. Well, I will watch probably Microsoft's entire.
I usually watch the big boys.
No.
Microsoft's. I'll probably watch PlayStation.
Yeah.
I will not watch Nintendo's.
I will watch Microsoft's. I might watch a little bit of PlayStation's, but I probably won't pay a whole lot of attention to it. But I don't care about PlayStation.
Well, I don't either, but it's always nice to know.
But yeah. If I get
compare.
rumor of some big exclusive or something exciting, then I might try to make sure I catch that part. But
UFC's gonna be there.
oh, I'm excited for that. They released
the new Call of Duty's gonna be there.
Yeah,
and these aren't necessarily for playable, but they'll be.
They'll be.
But it's confirmed
showing
that they're going to
something,
be at least
Evolve.
talking about it.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff I want to see. Halo 5, Gears 4.
I actually might tune in to see something about The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U. I always do enjoy those games, but Madden will be there. Let's see, anything else cool? The Sims? Oh my god, The Sims!
Quantum Break. I want to see more of that.
Super
Star
Smash
Wars?
Brothers
Visceral
for
Project?
Wii U. What's that?
Star Wars, a Visceral Project?
Yeah, I don't know.
Visceral did the Dead Space games. That's exciting.
Yeah. That is right. They did do those. That might actually... Well, I mean, it's not confirmed if we're going to even talk about it, but...
Right.
Might have a video. Ultimate Street Fighter.
Yeah. Tales from the Borderlands. The Witcher and the Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein is not been confirmed, but they'll probably talk about it.
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they'll... yeah, it's not confirmed yet.
Well, actually, no, they might not, because Wolfenstein it comes out on the 20th. It comes out this month. So there's no point in talking about it at E3. It's going to be out already.
Yeah, it's true.
So I just watched the trailer.
When
for
is
that
E3?
today. E3's June. Next month.
Oh, is it that far away?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that far away. It's like a month.
I know.
I want to say it's
I didn't realize that was starting the hype train so early.
Yeah, well, it's a big deal.
E3 is pretty cool for... I mean, it's
going to give a shit to talk about for the
that
rest of the year.
And BlizzCon are about the only two... I mean, CES is fun too, but that's... I don't know. That might be more fun now that I have a job working at Cell Phone Place. But,
right.
like, I don't know. I mean, other than... What are the things I can't afford? That's
right.
basically what that is. But, yeah, E3 is going to be fun. We'll talk about it more as we get closer. I'm assuming we'll get more information about it.
Let's talk about Destiny.
I didn't realize I was going to be upset at that game until I got... So, okay, the game looks awesome.
Yeah.
The game looks good. They spent apparently a lot of money. Activision apparently
pitched in $500 million. And that's not all game production money. That's
advertising.
That's
going to be advertising, that kind of stuff. But it's not going to be on PC. Did you realize that? Because I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize that.
It's not going to be on PC at all. Like, as in, they're not developing it for the PC.
Wow.
Which they're developing the game on the PC. Like, they're not developing it inside of the Xbox One.
Right.
They're doing it
they make them all on
computer.
I get it.
I mean, I'm not saying that. It's just for a game that's going to be this big is an MMO.
Essentially, right?
It just seems weird that it's not going to be on the PC, especially with the amount of money they're spending, and they're acting like, oh, he doesn't have enough money. Like, what do you mean you don't have enough money? It's just another game that they're shafting us on, I guess, even though it just seems weird to me.
I don't know. Did you watch any of the footage? And they let some people have some hands on with it last week.
Yeah, there was the video of showing off some of the skill sets,
right,
or the skills.
Right.
A little bit more.
Looks an awful lot like Borderlands to me.
Oh my god! I said that the very first time I saw this game, I was like,
really?
So it's going to be a high budget Borderlands?
Right.
Like, it's pretty much what I was
funny.
thinking. Because, well, I mean, it really is. Depending on how MMO it really is. Like, I mean, if there's 7,000 people on one server, all across the world, depending on how big it is, then I would consider that MMO. If you're playing with like 25 other people on a server, that's not really an MMO to me. In the MMO sense of how many people are normally more than Borderlands of 4, which I don't know, but it looks like it's going to be a lot like Borderlands.
It does,
but considering they're not in development for Borderlands 3 at the moment, so we know I'm not really that scared for that series. Like, it's not like they're going to be competing with this game.
It's I mean, it definitely seems a lot. I mean, the playstyle looks, and I mean, the look of the game, the playstyle of the game, all reminded me of Borderlands. I mean, you've got special abilities you unlock, you've got a skill tree you build up. The weapon, like the sniper rifle I saw, or the advanced assault rifle,
the same thing?
Looked just like one of the fucking sniper rifles.
The reticles are very similar. What's funny to me though is that, have you ever seen like screen captures of Borderlands before they changed to the art style it is today?
No,
because they started out looking like this.
Oh, really?
Really realistic and more serious, and it just didn't match the way they wanted to write the game.
Right.
And so then they switched to the more cartoony, like
comic
cell shading. I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. And I mean, so when I first saw it, I was like, this looks like Borderlands before they switched to cell shading. Like, I'm sure it'll be good, and I'm sure it will play and different and won't be. I'm assuming this game's not going to be funny like Borderlands.
No, I don't think it is.
And depending on how the loot works, if it's only guns and like accessories, then I'm gonna be like, this is a Borderlands clone.
Right.
But if the gear they're wearing, if you can actually like a true MMO where like you change everything,
right, then
it'll be different enough to where I think it'll be not a clone.
Well, a couple of things I heard. One, I guess I'll go with this one first. Multiplayer is going to be unlocked. It has to be unlockable. Because they found that like guys would go play, an hour of the campaign. They'd get like one gun and a couple pieces of armor or something. And they'd be like a level 3, and they'd go jump into multiplayer with guys that were level 10s, and they had their special ability, and they had a skill, and they had a better gun, and they were just getting stomped. Just completely humiliated, and it totally took away from the experience, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't pleasurable at all. So now they're gonna make you be like level 8
before you can jump
into multiplayer.
So,
which I thought was interesting, because that's basically telling me that what you unlock in the campaign, you take with you into multiplayer.
Yeah, like that's how a traditional MMO works normally.
Really?
Yeah. Whatever you're just wearing, what you queue up in wearing is what you wear in that specific match. And depending on if they're going to have different type of gear for multiplayer, like for PvP, comparatively to just PvE, just doing the MMO experience and doing dungeons and bosses or however they're going to do the game. Have they expressed what the level cap's going to be?
I haven't heard anything. I honestly haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to Destiny.
I don't think there's been a lot of. I mean, I think literally the first, like seeing a little bit of the gameplay and a little bit of the abilities and kind of the flow of the game.
Right.
A couple weeks ago was the first time that's like the most information that I feel like I've seen.
Right.
I mean, and I check the forums all the time and websites, so if it was there, I feel like I would have been told about it.
Right.
So I'm assuming that that's just about all we've seen, so that's all the information there is, which is in turn why we don't know anything quite yet.
What last news I heard on the beta was PlayStation was going to get it first or exclusively. I don't remember. I know PlayStation is getting all the add-ons and DLC and shit first.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I know. I thought PlayStation was just getting the.
Are they just getting the beta exclusively too?
I thought so. I mean, they're not obviously not getting it on the PC at all, so it'll probably just be there. Although it's another game that I'm slowly caring less and less about because I'm not going to be able to play it.
Right.
I don't understand why they would do a console-only platform. It just seems weird. I don't know. Oh yeah, this was the beta information here. That's right. I saw this right close to when I was coming over. The beta. So maybe E3 will have an exact date. They said of when the beta is going to be.
July.
Yeah, July.
Anyways.
So July for the beta. Are you gonna try to be in it if you can? I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to it.
Is it not really up your? I mean, because you played Borderlands a little bit, but that really wasn't. I felt like it wasn't necessarily your cup of tea.
No, I played both. I played both Borderlands, start to finish. I didn't reach max level. I'm not generally a max level type of guy. Like I play it, and I'm kind of a one and done. But I played Borderlands 2 quite a bit. I really enjoyed it a lot. So many people on my friends list are kind of strictly COD that I have a hard time getting a group of guys that I care to go into something like that with and, tackle it seriously.
Yeah.
It's much easier to jump in and play a couple matches of Call of Duty with a buddy than it is to sit down for 5 hours and grind.
Oh, no, for sure.
Excuse me. So I don't... If I have to pre-order to play the beta, then I probably won't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm totally on the fence about it. There's other stuff coming out. It's still not coming out till end of the year. It's not coming out till winter.
Yeah.
So I'm just not. It's not on my radar. It's on the outboard of my radar right now. I've got.
Basically, if the game's phenomenal, you'll probably. I mean, are you gonna?
If it's as we get closer, if I see videos that really get me excited for it, I'll pick it up on release date. Otherwise, I will wait for reviews. And I'll see how it plays and how people are liking it. But
yeah, I don't know.
Something just doesn't feel right to me about it yet.
When I'm watching it and hearing about it, I feel like it's going to be really short. Like, for some reason, I feel like max level is going to be under 30 or around 30. And then you're going to get all your special abilities fairly early on in the game. And it's just going to be getting up to max level and then doing a little bit of PvP. Like, I don't know.
Right.
If the max level is not in the 50s or 60s, it's just going to be a lackluster MMO based on how MMOs normally work. I mean, if they have a lot of in-game content, but your level cap's 30, and it's all about getting, traditional MMO type stuff where you're about getting the gear and doing raids and that kind of stuff, then, more power to them. I just don't know. It seems like the traditional MMO has classes that can, I don't know, unless they're having classes that can heal or do stuff like that, or there's a way
Pretty
to
sure
regenerate.
They said there's a healer.
Like a healer that sells the gun.
Right.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. It's really hard for me to see an MMO as a shooter where it's a traditional MMO where it would work at all.
Yeah, I have no idea. Another thing that's associated with MMOs that we haven't heard anything about yet are subscription fees.
That is true.
And if there's a subscription fee tied in with it, no, I will not play it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either. Not on a console.
No. I'm not going to spend $60 on a game and then spend $15 a month to play it.
No, I didn't even think about that because it's,
So, I mean, Elder Scrolls Online, a lot of people were getting excited for that. And as soon as they said subscription fee, I was like, nope, I'm out. Thanks.
that game is gonna be. I think that game is gonna be a bigger flop than the.
It's already out, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Is it out? I don't remember. I haven't watched anything about it. It's not very. It's never high on Twitch, so there's not a lot of people watching it.
Huh.
Like it's probably done worse than the single player game, significantly.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that. For numbers wise, it just really seems like it's not worth it. Anyways,
talk to me about this man cave thing.
Man cave thing.
Yeah, that's what do you got?
Oh, it's
Cyberman Cave.
Cyberman Cave was, I think, what was the website? It's just NHL 15.
Oh.
I don't know. I actually didn't know if you are into those games or not, so I put it on here just to mention that there's.
Is it a giveaway or something?
No. It's just they announced
like
NHL 15.
Oh, okay.
But it's gonna be like you can do 12 players on the ice.
Right.
Like control 12 players on the ice at one time,
Right.
which is pretty cool. You know, it's not like there's not like in Madden. In Madden, can you do that? Can
No.
you
You can generally you can play cooperatively, but it's generally you and one other person.
Okay.
It's so like you have your buddy run slant routes all day long and you throw the ball to him.
How many? I'm so awful at even knowing hockey and hockey rules.
Right.
How many people are even on each team on the
6.
floor at once? 6? Okay, so you can do 6 on 6.
You got
Okay.
5 guys moving around. You got your goalie.
I was going to say, it's like 6,
So.
12 per team seems excessive. That can't be it.
It'd be 6v6. I mean, it's typical multiplayer. So there's really no reason you shouldn't be able to do it.
No, yeah, but that's actually, I don't know if in the hockey world if this has been possible before. I did
Right.
zero research to figure this out.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd played before other ones. I haven't played since like the.
I think I played
Super
like
Nintendo.
NHL 7 or something,
NHL 95.
Right.
But yeah, that actually seems like that would be kind of cool, because then you could do legitimate matches.
You would absolutely positively have to be playing with 5 buddies that know how to play hockey.
Oh, for sure. Or at least,
I mean, if you just like
Oh my
if
God,
like
that would
you,
be-
me, and Nathan and a couple other guys, jumped on. Okay, let's play some NHL 15. We'd get stomped. I mean, if we came up against a team of guys that
how do
even
I
had
pass?
a remote sense of
how do I pass?
How do I pass? Fucking, you're like, pass to me, and
I'm
pass.
the
I pass it
goalie.
to Nathan
I'm
because
the
I don't know
goalie,
where you're
and I'm
at.
just
Right.
going out in the middle of the floor like, I think I've gone
Right.
too far.
Oh
No,
God!
it's
And the
called
guy that
illegal.
plays goalie is gonna get bitched at so much.
Dude,
How did you miss that, man? Fuck! Get your head in the game.
Authentic arenas. That's
Right.
pretty cool.
A
9,000 crowd model.
nice.
That's actually
Pretty cool.
impressive.
That is impressive.
Real life broadcasting. Now, if they have legitimate, what am I thinking of? Like being able to watch if you can actually legitimately cast the game, like,
Right.
spectate the game,
Right.
to actually broadcast it and like actually have an on-site shoutcaster. I think that could actually, as long as they had enough people wanting to play the game and it was actually a good game, that could actually be a decent esport.
Yeah.
I think mainly just because of the fact that it's a traditional. There's no computer.
Right.
It's just player on player with just mechanics.
Right.
I actually might watch that
I might too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
as long as it was really shot.
Yeah.
If it was shoutcasted by a real person, and had
Right.
a crowd, and
Right. Quality shoutcast.
yeah.
I mean,
Some money
God,
behind
for
it.
something like that, it wouldn't even have to be a shout. I mean, just a quality commentator. I mean,
That's what I mean. Just
sports is different to commentate than Call of Duty.
I just use Shoutcaster as a generic person.
Right.
He was casting something live, I guess. So, how do you like the realism in the Call of Duty screenshots? Have you
Blow it up.
So they're trying to do photorealistic, and this is the first game on the 3-year cycle. Did you watch the video?
Yes.
Okay, it was which was actually pretty. I was impressed that they got him, mainly because House of Cards is so hot right now,
Right.
and it's a little.
He had a blast doing it too. He
he
posted on Twitter. He had a blast.
That looks pretty damn
But
good.
it looks good. It looks really good.
I'm assuming this is a newer actual. It has to be a new engine. There's no way.
Okay, we'll get there. I actually have the answer to that.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I do. Initially, when I first watched the video, I was not all that excited for it.
Okay.
Couple reasons.
You weren't excited for the special powers and the suits?
That's why I'm not excited.
Really?
That's why I'm very
more
concerned.
excited.
I do not want Call of Duty to become Halo. I don't want Halo jumpers in my fucking Call of Duty.
What?
I don't want Halo jumpers. And so if you're going to be able to jump 20 feet in the fucking air with those suits continuously all over the fucking map.
It won't be continuously. There'll be a cooldown on it. And you might
Yeah.
it might be a kill streak.
It might be. I am reserving half of my judgment for some multiplayer footage.
Some more gameplay.
Some more
pros
gameplay
playing.
and some more multiplayer. I mean, most 90% of the trailer was cutscenes. You know, was CGI. There wasn't much gameplay in there. There was a little bit, but not much.
Well, supposedly it's still in. I'm assuming why they said this is all filmed on the Xbox, whatever, was the fact that it was not CGI playing on an Xbox. I'm assuming it was the engine just there.
Well, it said all footage captured on Xbox One.
Yeah, I guess that's not really, that's not specific enough, is what I'm thinking.
Which is good because I mean it to my naked eye it looks 1080p to me, which people are gonna flip if it's not.
I'm sure it will be.
It better be, because this one has been generated from the ground up for next gen.
Yeah.
So it should be full resolution.
Well, they're gonna have a full.
It is a new engine. It's a brand new engine. It is not a variation of the Infinity Ward engine they've been using since Call of Duty 2. It is a brand new engine.
Oh, it's not Source engine then.
It's not. And they also have a new sound designer.
Okay.
Who came from Visceral and was the lead sound designer on the Dead Space games.
Well,
for those two reasons, I am super excited.
No, yeah, I mean Dead Space obviously had very good sound design.
Yes. Dead Space has the best sound design I've ever heard.
No, yeah, I mean that's about as close to a movie sound design I think as you can get in a game, probably. Yeah. I mean, I didn't play any of the cinematic games that were on like the PlayStation,
right?
But I'm assuming that those still weren't as good as Dead Space.
No. Even Dead Space wasn't as good as Dead Space. Like nothing beats Dead Space 1. The sound design in Dead Space 1 is just perfect.
And scary as shit.
Yeah. And, you know, it lost a little something in 2 and it got a little better in 3, but it was never as good as 1. But so for the new engine and the new sound designer, I am excited. You know, I am excited that Kevin Spacey's in it. I'm excited Kevin Spacey's the bad guy.
I actually the way the storyline is starting, or the way at least it sounds, it might actually be a decent single player.
It might be. It might be. And I'm also excited that their third-person Vietnam variation of Call of Duty that they were originally trying to do got canceled very quickly.
Oh, yeah, we don't need another fucking Vietnam one.
I don't want a third-person Call of Duty either.
Oh, I didn't even hear you say that.
Yeah, third-person set in Vietnam.
Oh, these screenshots are terrible. So I'm pretty sure that all of this is in-game footage. It was just recorded to be cinematic.
Well, it's all in-game footage. It doesn't mean it's actual gameplay. But
what I mean is it's not. It's because CGI is is different than that.
Right. Well, okay, sure.
Because basically, this is what it looks.
Cutscenes.
Yes, it's definitely cutscenes. It's
right.
That's playable stuff. But
that's what I mean by, that's what I mean by CGI.
Although
it's
this thing that I saw,
the active
bullet shield,
active cover.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Especially
placeable cover. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean
that was cool.
God forbid that people already funneled through so many spots that I don't know if it's necessary.
Although I do have to be a little nitpicky on that scene as he's firing the gun. There's absolutely zero recoil. It kind of irritated me a little bit.
A 22 rifle.
Also, in my mind's mind, I'm going, well, he's got an exosuit, so, you know, he's going to have quite a bit of pressure behind that gun to keep him from recoiling, possibly. So, are we going to watch it?
Well, I was just going to have it playing. Was there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think I pretty much covered it.
Yeah, let's just watch it.
Democracy.
I love his
Democracy
voice.
is not what these people need. Hell, it's not even what they want.
I was like,
America's
preach it,
been
brother.
trying to install
So true.
democracies in nations for a century, and it hasn't worked one time. These countries don't have the most basic building blocks to support a democracy. Little
wouldn't-
things like we ought to be
I wonder if
tolerant
that's
of
only
those
gonna
who
be single player,
disagree
too.
with us.
It could be, very well.
We ought to be tolerant of those who worship a different God than us. That a journalist ought to be able to disagree with the president.
He was definitely
And you
focusing
think
House
that you
of
can
Cards.
just march
I feel
into
like
these
in
countries
this.
based on
Right.
some fundamentalist religious principles, drop a few bombs, topple a dictator, and start a democracy? Give me a break. People don't want freedom.
That seems pretty
Boundaries,
fucking cool.
rules. Protection. From invaders and from themselves. People need a leader who can give them both the support and the constraints to keep chaos at bay. You give them that, and they'll follow. And that's where I come in.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. My favorite part's coming up right at the end. Was that a 50-foot fucking dive kick?
Normal.
I want to do that to somebody in multiplayer. And of course, you know, immediately people were like, "Oh, they must have been playing some Titanfall," and because fucking everybody's got mech suits and they're called Atlas. This was being developed at the same time as Titanfall was being developed.
Oh yeah.
There's no possible way that they were like, let's copy Titanfall or let's rob Titanfall. It's strictly coincidence.
But you know, it's I'm already told my wife that I like this trailer, and that she still can't allow me to buy the game until it's been out for a little while, and I can like
Really?
get a feel for the game before I buy it. Yeah, because I always, you know, they're so good at trailers. And
Yeah.
makes me jizz in myself a little bit.
Yeah.
And I play it and I'm like, God, I fucking hate you. Only because the PC version is usually not very good. Sometimes it's not ported well, or
Right.
Ghost wasn't bad. I just haven't. I just haven't been playing it. I don't know.
I haven't been playing it either. I haven't played it since the map pack came out, and I tried the clan war, and the spawns were so horrid, and it just played horribly.
I think
just
the
haven't touched
spawns
it.
were one of the main reasons why I didn't keep playing. But
That's why everybody stops playing COD.
yeah, well,
And then they tweak it, make it worse, and then they tweak it, and it gets a little better, and then they tweak it, and it gets worse.
yeah.
So, Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out on most consoles last week.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Kind of interesting situation. So, like 3-4 weeks ago, they delayed Amazing Spider-Man 2 for the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, it's delayed, it's possibly even canceled. We have no idea, but it's totally in limbo. And so it was still coming out for the 360, for the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, PC, whatever else. And so then last Tuesday comes around, and it's there digitally on the Xbox One.
But there's just no physical copies?
There's no physical copies until like maybe July or June. June or July.
Why?
You
might as well not even do it now.
I wonder if something happened at the production factory,
Like an accident somehow?
like an accident
Or
somehow
fire?
that, or something got corrupted that like ruined basically all the Xbox One versions. That's the only thing I can think of
Yeah,
that
that's,
would make
that's
sense.
fucking crazy.
Why would you? I mean, if you can release it digitally, why would you not release it on disc?
Yeah.
But so that was interesting. It got I think it got semi decent reviews, kind of middle of the road, 6s and 7s.
I mean, I wonder.
Not horrible, but not great by any means.
The movie is not out yet?
The movie came out Friday.
Friday.
Went and saw it last night.
How was it?
It's good. It's
Okay.
good. It's real good.
How do you compare it to the first one of the reboot? Is it better, worse, same?
I think it's better than the first one.
Okay. The first one wasn't bad. I really didn't like that they're like, he's just like not being secretive at all to kind of
With
people.
Gwen? Yeah.
Well, there's like 3 people that knew at the end of the movie that he was Spider-Man.
Well, and they figured out pretty quickly in the second one. A couple of his closer
People
figure it out. But no, I really like some of the things they did in the second one. I was quite pleased as a semi fanboy. I was quite pleased. I know I've followed the lore close enough that I can kind of pick and predict what's going to happen. But not so close that I'm pissed when they tweak something.
Oh no, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I
I thought that they did. I mean, I watched the cartoon when I was a kid,
right.
pretty religiously.
Yeah.
And I guess I've never really read comics, so like I don't have that in depth. I guess behind my belt, but
Right.
I like what they did with Croc in the first one
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. I thought
Yeah.
like they did it justice. So as long as they did that in the second one, I probably won't see it in the theater just because, well,
What's
I have a
gonna
kid.
make or break the Amazing Spider-Man series for me is seriously gonna come down to the introduction of Mary Jane.
they haven't introduced her, right?
Nope, we haven't even met her yet. If they introduce her properly, I will be happy. If they don't, I'll be pissed.
Yeah.
I want the blind date set up between the two aunts. I want him to not want to go, and I want her to show up and say, "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot." That's what I want. That's the line. That's how it goes. That's how
I'm
they
sure
meet,
they
and I
will.
want it because they didn't give it to me. Sam Raimi didn't give it to me, and I was pissed.
Well, I mean, to be honest, the other Spider-Mans weren't that good. So
Yeah,
the first
the
one
first
was
one was. The second
first
one
one was
the
good.
second one was the best, and the third one was crap. But
Yeah. Anyway, totally off topic of. Well, I
Anyways.
mean, not off topic.
so.
So the game's
Yeah,
supposed to be
it was
okay.
interesting. It seems to be all right. I'd like to get it. I'd like to play it. I'd like to.
Maybe get a used version of it. Maybe.
Well, I can't. It's not even going to be out physically for another month.
Oh yeah, you totally fucked, huh?
Yeah, if I want to get it, I got to pay
You
full
gotta
price
pay
for
it
it. And I
on
got to
the-
download it. And I mean, there's nothing graphically special about it, and there's the gameplay itself is kind of your traditional
Yeah.
Spider-Man movie gameplay, but I like that they added. I like when they add things that aren't in the movies, when they kind of like try to round the game out and make it into its own standalone game.
Oh yeah.
Like I know that Venom and Carnage are both in the game, and for that I want to play the game.
They're not in the movie.
No,
are they?
they're not in the movie.
Okay, I was like, they jumped the gun
No.
on that one a little bit.
No. So I like that they can add stuff into the game to kind of round it out and give it some more length.
Yeah.
And, they don't have to follow key for key with the movie.
All right.
The more I see about Watch Dogs, the less I get excited about it.
I feel similar.
It
Mainly,
feels like
I feel like they cheated us
It
with
feels-
the original footage
right,
because it's not gameplay footage.
right.
That it's like how long?
It looks like a high-tech Grand Theft Auto to me.
without
I have to-
all the freedom.
And I have to ramp myself up for Grand Theft Auto. Once I get my hands on it, I'm excited and I don't really put it down, but I have to ramp myself up for it.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't know.
I was
It
excited
came
for
to my
Watch Dogs
platform of choice,
when
yeah.
it was supposed to come out at the end of last year, and now I'm very meh. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, really, unless the reviews are very good,
Outstanding. They're gonna have to. It's gonna have to get 9.5s and 10s for me to probably go out and buy it at this point.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny though is they say that they have more pre-orders now than they
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm
than they did before.
I'm getting much more picky than I used to.
No,
I can't really swing the $60 every 2 weeks like I used to be able to. So,
They're fucking kids.
right. So,
Yeah.
but at least the season pass is cheap. And
Yeah,
$20 for a
$20
season
for
pass,
season
you get
pass isn't bad.
some good stuff. Supposedly. And then Microsoft, I saw this today, but I didn't read it. Is trying to bring their Halo TV series to Showtime.
Yeah, that's kind of been apparently the delaying factor is that they're wanting to do.
They want it on
They
cable,
want it
premium
on,
cable.
on premium. Well, it's funny they're doing it on a premium cable channel and a premium console.
Right.
But doing it only on the console, I think would have been bad. I don't think this is not enough people that have it.
Right.
I
Oh,
mean-
there's like 3 million.
Yeah.
Four or five by now. Got to be.
Yeah. How many people have Showtime? Probably more than that.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean,
But
the access on
you get a
DirecTV and
million
Dish-
viewers on a TV show. You're happy.
I know, but I don't know how much. It really depends on how much money they're spending on it.
Of course, yeah. I mean, they're going to get paid for a premium cable show. They're not going to get paid for a free Xbox One show.
Yeah.
You know, so that makes sense too.
I wonder
It's
if
a little bit more money in the bank.
I wonder if Will's gonna be working on it, or is working on it.
Could be.
The guy that I know
Right.
that works there. Yeah,
Right.
at 34th Way Industries. Although he said eventually, I mean, whenever we want to, we could probably. He said he'd come on and talk to us
Nice.
about stuff. So
Maybe
I
after we
mean-
see another Halo 5 trailer, we got some questions for him.
well, I when I was talking to him about it, I said, since we know it's not getting released until next year, maybe closer to release when you can or maybe after
Actually
release,
talk about
when
it.
you can actually talk about it and not get fired. Not that we have a lot of viewers, but
Right.
don't want to risk that with someone. Are you excited for this show?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So does it cost? So if you have an Xbox One and you have Xbox Live Gold, you just get to watch it?
I have no idea.
I don't know anything about
We don't
that
have
either.
we don't have any info other than Spielberg's got something to do with it.
So
We don't even know I don't even think it's been completely confirmed if he's directing or producing it.
I'm assuming producing. He isn't really directing.
Well, I'm sure he's producing
What was
it.
the last thing he directed?
Super 8? Or was that Abrams?
I think he just produced that. I don't think he directed it.
Oh, let me find out.
Well, I could probably use the old Google machine here too.
Oh, I'm using it too.
IMDb.
You're gonna be faster though.
Probably. Steven Spielberg. There he is. All right. So,
the race is
if
on.
it costs money, are you going to pay money to do it?
No.
And if it doesn't cost money, obviously you will.
Yeah, I'll watch it if it's free. Absolutely.
So it looks like he's been the executive producer for lots of things, but
Oh, yeah.
not. I
The
didn't realize they were
last
doing
thing
a-
he directed was Lincoln in 2012.
I didn't realize he directed Lincoln.
Yeah. It looks like he's, well,
It just says producer here for that, but
he took a break between 2008 and 2011.
well, the guy's got a little bit of.
Oh, yeah,
coin.
he can pick and choose whatever the hell he wants to do. I mean,
He's a little bit like Leo,
But-
he can kind of do what he wants. I don't know unless it is really good. I don't know if I would get Showtime to watch it. I mean, I don't even
see
have
people-
Showtime to watch other shows that I already liked.
Right.
So
Do you have HBO?
no, I don't. I'm saying there's other shows that HBO does and Showtime does that I like that I
Right.
don't. I just
Well, fucking premium cable's expensive, man.
isn't it like $15 a channel.
Yeah.
I mean, you do
A
get
month.
yeah, and it's not like you're only getting one HBO channel. You're getting like 5, and they
Right.
show movies most of the time.
That's true.
Commercial free
Put it
movies. So it's
that
not
way.
too bad, but
When you put it that way.
so it's not like necessarily a
Yeah.
terrible price. But I think they have all three of them, like Showtime, Skinamax, and That's how I call it Skinamax. So.
Everybody calls it Skinamax.
And I think it was like $30 a month maybe for all three of them.
Right.
It isn't a terrible price, but
no.
I don't know. Anyways, so were Shadowgate rumor or?
Oh my God, no! Shadowgate is confirmed. That was
you just put it under this. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I just threw it at the end because it was about the only piece of news that I found before I left that really got me excited. Shadowgate is one of my favorite games from the original Nintendo era. I loved that fucking game. And apparently there was a Kickstarter project to bring a new version of Shadowgate to us. It's going to be available on PC.
Oh my God, talking. Oh, is this all the game is? Just
Yeah, it's a point and click. You know, you grab a torch and you pull a lever and like you pull a candle off that pedestal there, and that floor is gonna open up and you're gonna fall through and like break your leg. And it's a great game. And this was cool. On the original Nintendo. You could do this.
Oh wow!
You know, so
okay.
you were using your D-pad as a, you know, moving the hand around as a mouse.
As a
you
mouse.
know, it wasn't like I'm gonna go here. It was.
I've never heard of this game.
Oh, I loved it. Apparently, they've made a few of them. Most of them mostly for PC.
Oh well, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
It's a little bit easier platform because it's already a mouse. I don't know how much.
After releasing the original Shadowgate on multiple platforms, it wanted to relaunch the franchise with a new look, more Shadowgate mythology, and other new features coming to PC. Scroll up, PC, Mac, and mobile devices this summer. And then at the bottom it said available for pre-orders and non-backers on the website.
Well, I'm assuming that you could pay a lesser fee to just kind of pre-order the game, maybe?
I don't know.
It's kind of a weird way to describe
that's
something.
worded very strangely, pre-order and non-backers. Because, like, the backers were supposed to have it in, like, December, and it got delayed 6 months. So, like, they're just getting it now, people that funded the project.
And it'll be available to all the rest of us
in,
this
like,
summer.
a couple months, yeah.
So, is there any, like, footage for this?
I don't know. You should have clicked on that website link.
I did. It didn't go anywhere.
Oh, bastards.
I'm not sure what's going on with that, but...
Then the only piece of rumor I had was that...
Destiny's going to be the most expensive game ever.
No. We're more than likely going to get a sequel to Injustice Gods Among Us. Affably titled Injustice 2.
Oh yeah. They keep saying that. Did you go to this?
I don't remember. I put that in there last week.
Oh, that's right. So it was basically they were hinting at it on Twitter, doing some math stuff. Basically, there's going to be more information on the 28th. June 2nd.
June 2nd, right around E3.
They're counting down to June 2nd to give some sort of information about that game. So. I'm not.
You know what I like about E3?
Well,
I like when they do stuff at E3 and they're
it's
like.
It's not even necessarily Injustice. It could also be Mortal Kombat.
It very well could be.
So it's one or the other, which is why it's a rumor because we don't know what game they're talking about. Most likely Injustice 2, but could be Mortal Kombat 10.
One of the things I really like about E3 is when they're up giving their speech for, you know, the new console or the updated console or the new game, and they're like, and you can pick this up today. I love it when they do that. Like when they released the fucking 360 Slim S or whatever, the new one, it was available in store the day they announced it. Like nobody even knew anything about it, and they're like, you can go to your fucking local Walmart right now. All these people are stuck in this fucking room. Oh yeah, they're getting it for free, but you know.
Yeah. No, that's I'm excited for E3.
Yeah, I'm always excited for E3. It's my favorite time.
I may have to purchase the. I don't know. It depends on how Twitch does it this year. If there's VODs, then I'm just gonna fucking watch it when I get off work. I guess.
I always get a live stream in on my Xbox.
No, what I mean is I'm gonna be at work, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it live. But it would be nice to be able to go home and like be able to fast forward through the VOD and like be like,
right.
This is the Microsoft one. I can skip 3 hours ahead because normally they're like 8 the video's like 8 hours long or something. Right. That would be nice. Plus, I don't have to sit through all the.
Oh, you can usually find the links, and watch Microsoft's keynote in full on IGN or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So-
I guess they haven't switched to complete consumer or trying to sell
Right.
it after the fact.
Right.
So.
I think that's it for us.
Yeah, I don't got nothing else.
So
Although I'm going to talk like that apparently. I ain't got nothing else for you. Because apparently I don't have the song ready. So just keep talking a little bit.
We're looking for a third. Is our infamous Tom the Doubter never returning to us, or is he still in limbo? Are we looking for a filler?
I don't think he has time, so he
Fucking make time,
bowing
bitch.
out now. Well, he's on the other show too, so.
All right. So if you're interested, hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of like
And
it to-
local, obviously.
I'd like it to be a local, but if there is a really good candidate
That we can video with.
that we can video with, and you already have everything as possible, then I could swing
We
something.
can swing something.
But yeah, that's it for us.
That's it for us.
I'm SC. Oh my God, what am I doing? What did I do? What's going on? I forgot I didn't change that. They're totally just watching me go around and do stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, SC Sampson.
Johnny 525.
We'll see you guys next week, most likely.
Crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who